live hard, here I come to make way. Party that rock till you set every day. Like the phone check, 1, 2, here we go. And I'ma let you know, you got the flow.
Crap. Yo, honestly, I can't even beat rocks right. Like ever, you know? They're two different dancers, but they're both nasty, but I'm gonna have to go with my boy Rocks right. That guy's a scientist as far as going 12 rounds, no repeats. It's just gonna be crazy.
We always think about elevating the move, like making it more dynamic, more explosive, faster. Like you always think of ways to change it up, you know? I mean, look at power, it's always so like, everybody's intrigued by it, you know? So, we're gonna take, for example, a swipe. How do I make a swipe? Two-legged swipe, what am I gonna do to make it better? It's higher, right? Higher. Yeah, use one hand. Yeah. So, you always advance the move, right? You always gotta advance. But in forward, we don't teach that. In forward, we're all stuck doing the same thing. Exactly. We're always doing the same kind of steps. We're doing a lot of these. But nobody's teaching you guys to be creative with footwork as much. So what I want you to do for this exercise, I want you to just take one leg and do footwork with one leg only. One thing I won't say though, before you jump out here. Every time I see somebody go one-legged footwork, I always see this. And tell me why. You know who's that? Why does everybody feel like that's the one-legged move that everybody does? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be creative. You gotta think outside the box.
Anything, I've said it for years, man. I'm opinionated on a lot of projects, but anything that supports the dance, I'm gonna definitely back. You know, I do have my opinions on specific areas of advancing projects, but like I said, if they're showcasing breaking and it's reaching people, that's what it's all about. Why? Because, you know, if we don't continue to do that, you know, it can easily disappear. Contests have been happening way before people sponsored events and found a venue. You know, contests happened in churches, block parties, you know, you name it.
Nicht weniger unpopulär, heute am Start, der andere, der mit dem Hut, das ist mein Mann Storm, yo! Leider hat Storm einen Bandscheibenvorfall, ist also nicht ganz in Action, aber ein bisschen. Ihr müsst ihn mal ein bisschen supporten. Wo sind eure Hände? Wo sind die Hände? Oh yeah! Battle of the Year, y'all!
I think that it's also time that we need to rehabilitate hip-hop. Wherever I go, now sometimes it's corporate meetings, sometimes it's cultural meetings. And when I'm going there, you know, and people see that I have a little bit of silver in my beard and stuff, you know, so they look at me and they're like, so what are you doing? And when I'm telling them, well, I'm in hip hop, they look at me and say, hey, hip hop, hippity hip hop, you know, and they think it's something funny and that it's just a youth culture. They don't understand that hip hop has actually changed this planet. In my opinion, the United States, they wouldn't have a black American president right now if it wasn't for hip hop. The whole world wouldn't be together as we are right now, globally speaking, if it wasn't for hip hop. Hip hop has saved so many people's life. When we're talking about the conflict, or when we're talking about how Europe is getting stirred up with all the immigrants right now, right? How Europe is getting stirred up with all the refugees and so on, and how they think that it's such a big problem. I remember like in the early 90s, how people were talking about the problems we had in Berlin with Turkish and Arabs and stuff. I never saw a problem. It never appeared. And when I brought those social workers to my classes or to my practice, they understood that this is something, you know, that everybody could be happy with. You develop identity through hip hop. You develop a perspective because you realize or you develop much faster knowledge of self. And so yeah, with all the benefits we had from hip hop, all we see in the media is gangster rap, graffiti and vandalism. You know, like they don't show the nice pieces. They don't show the intelligent rap. You know, all they want to show is what what we see, and it's terrible. So I think this is part of the rehabilitation as well. So you can see that the scene is really mature. It's always been mature. But of course, with us like being I can't really consider myself first generation, but I'm first generation in Europe. You know, like with being that said and looking at it in that way, then people got to realize like we're going down. We're looking at history for more than 30 years, 30, 35, almost 40 years.
You had 3 different generations of B-Boys in there. You had a 1975 B-Boy, track 2, 76, 75, 76, you had 1982, and then you had Remind, late 80s, early 90s, B-Boy. So I asked Remind, is it okay if me and Track help you with the workshop? And we give a 3-generation different opinions and how similar the opinions are. And whatever Track 2 couldn't do physically, I would do. He would have me do it. So during that workshop, Remind asked him, why do we still call ourselves B-Boys? Because I'm not a boy anymore, I'm a man. Why don't we call ourselves B-men? B-Boy, from B-Boy to B-men, And Track 2 said, you know what, my brother? He goes, when you work all day, you go to school all day, you have a girlfriend or a wife that's telling you every day what to do, how to be, this, that, right? Discipline, discipline, discipline. He says, when you dance, what comes out? And then Remind said, I become a kid again. I play. And then Track 2 said, exactly. He goes, that's why you're still called a B-boy or a B-girl. Because, he goes, the boy or the girl comes out to play. All day you're working, discipline, discipline like a robot, domesticated, conditioned to believe something. When music turns on, you become a character and you play. And I think, when he said that, it reminded me of the beginning of when I first started. When there was rules but no rules. The only rule was about being fresh, funky, and everything else you can do whatever you want. And that let me play. So I think one of the main things I would say is don't forget to play.
mean, y'all probably don't get to see the times of Ness being Ness. I could tell you about going to the go-off in New York. I'm there to have a good time and chill. This guy is in there where you got like 8 silver chains on, the belt buckle as big as a motherfucking grapefruit, throwing down after every single person that goes in, just slaying them. You know what I'm saying? He was going for throats. And then after that, he was like, Metal, come on, let's go buy me Patron. I was like, happy birthday, nigga, let's go.
The direction of the dance is going in 3 different directions. Yes, you have the hardcore cypher addicts. You know, the guys that want to call themselves the real B-boys, and real B-boys is just cypher. You know, that's cool. That's good.
Один из примеров, да, то есть можете только круга говорить, я говорю настоящий бигбой, это круга там.
Then you have entertainment.
Дальше у вас есть путь именно развлечения, грубо говоря, да, entertainment.
You know, stage show, theater show, movies, TVs, all that stuff.
Movie, все, театр там.
We need that too. And then you have the contest. You know, for me, that's sport.
Это как спорт.
You know, so you have hardcore, you have entertainment, and you have sport. You don't have to choose one.
Вам не нужно выбирать что-то одно.
I believe a good b-boy should be able to do all 3.
Хороший танцор, да, он может делать все эти 3.
You know, I believe a good b-boy could win a competition, could turn around, learn choreography and do a movie or a theater show, and then turn around and go in a cypher and smoke pies for 10, 20, 30 years.